multicolored eggs, people in bunny costumes, papaya playing in the background. It must be hatching tide, I guess. Hello once again, everyone, and welcome to Crusnik Sanctuary. I'm your host, Crusnik X. Alongside me is Arya Stormborn. So, like I said, it is hatching tide. The annual springtime event for Final Fantasy XIV. Yeah, tonight we're gonna be, Arya and I are gonna be doing the event, so. Excuse me. So in order to do, now just keep in mind, I should mention, while Arya hugs me for some strange reason, that this hatching tide is split into two parts, and in fact I should probably pull up the lodestone while I'm thinking about it. Actually, Arya, could you pull up the lodestone for that one? Because... No, please.
What? Bread is delicious. Ask Oprah.
I don't think I need to ask Oprah anything.
Anyway. You said lodestone?
Yeah, the lodestone. Yeah, that didn't sound healthy. And just pull up the information for the event, and we'll talk about it later. Anyways, so let's not waste time. Where's my mouse? There it is. Turn it off. Alright, so let's get right down to it. So, in order to do the first part of the hatching tide event, we're going to come over here to the Revelrous Rabbit and begin the level 15 quest, the Egg Umbral Calamity. Oh god.
They're so funny.
Come one, come all, for hatching tide is upon us once more. Well, if it isn't Chris! Back to enjoy the festivities for another year, are we? I could not be more pleased to welcome you again. Do you not recognize me? It's me, your old friend Jilly Alleypole. And before you ask, yes, this costume is the result of yet another vision. I but recently dreamt that a veritable horde of hippity-hoppity rabbits descended on the realm for hatching tide, delighting children far and wide with their button-cute noses and cotton-white tails. Why rabbits, you may ask? And the question is a valid one. After all, rabbits do not lay eggs, nor are they traditionally associated with the Archons in any particular way. Unfortunately, I have no answers to that question, and yet so vividly do I remember the smiles on the faces of each and every youngling in my dream that I swore I would bring this vision of hatching tide to life. Might you be so kind as to lend me a hand? What do you think?
It sounds excellent to me.
You're right. I can find no excuse not to. Oh, thank you, my friend. With your aid, I have no doubt that this year's incarnation of hatching tide will be the most exciting and extravagant yet.
I missed the egg part there.
Yeah. And so, without further ado, I would encourage you to seek out my associate Nonota near the car line canopy. She will be most happy to enlighten you as to how you might assist us in making this year's festivities something to remember. Alright. Might as well get rid of the weapons. Alright, let's see now. Good thing there are less people than when I would normally do this. Alright, let's talk to this bright-eyed rabbit.
The happiest of hatching tides to you, my dear.
I'm looking for Nanota.
Have found her! I may have more fur and whiskers than usual, but I can assure you that it is me inside this most charming costume. Now, pray tell, what might I do for you? Come to help with the festivities, you say? Your presence is most welcome and then some. Julia and I have our hands, or should I say paws, full here, and we would be most indebted to you for your assistance. Allow me to explain. In the hopes of turning this year's hatching tide into a true event for all the ages, we scoured the realm and procedure a host of chickens that would lay for us the most remarkable eggs. Sadly, the other day I got distracted for a moment and neglected to properly shut the door to the storehouse where we were keeping them. Before I knew it, the birds had flown the proverbial, or literal in this case, coop. Needless to say, without our hens, there can be no eggs. And without our eggs, there can be no hatching tide. Surely you can see our plight. And so I beg of you, my friend, please go out there and catch our precious birds before they're swallowed up by the beasts that prowl the wood. I have but one more small request of you. And that is you don one of these lovely rabbit suits and wear it while you go about the deed. Why, you ask? Let it suffice to say that Julie's visions have never led us astray before, and I do not expect this to change. You may be skeptical now, but believe me, once you put it on, you'll not readily want to part with it. And that's why I'm happy to say that we will be happy to gift one to you in commemoration of your efforts should you see the task through to completion.
Alright, let's do it. Alright. Now, we ran lines before, as always, before doing this stream, so in order to not pad out this episode with... Actually, yeah. Actually, we can just teleport to Central Shroud, now that I think about it. I mean, it's near the entrance for the lavender beds, but... Need a lift? Zoom out your camera. Alright, good. The fate hasn't started yet. So we have to complete the fate, a clucking catastrophe. And there are already people here. Good. Well, might as well talk to the helpmeet. Think the 12 you're here! Our chickens have flown the coop, and if we don't round them up somehow, we'll have no eggs and no hatching tide. I've never caught chickens before. Catching chickens isn't easy, but I'm sure you'll get the hang of it. First, you'll want to slow them down with bird lime. Then, when you get near enough, just use your net to nab them. Don a rabbit costume and you'll be able to use the special actions Bird Lime and Seize. Skilled use of these actions is the key to the success in this fate. Slow the bird's movement and snag as many of them as you can to make this year's hatching tide a rousing success. Alright, what are bejeweled eggs? I was hoping you'd ask. We're offering special eggs to any and all adventurers who help us catch our runaway chickens. These can be exchanged for a veritable host of delightful seasonal gifts from our dreamers. The more chickens you catch, the more bejeweled eggs you'll receive, and the richer rewards you'll reap. So come back as many times as you like. Please. Please? Bejeweled eggs can be obtained from participating in the fate of clucking catastrophe in the Central Shroud. You may participate in this fate as many times as you like while the seasonal event is in progress. Okay. Leave it to me. Thanks, friend. You're a true lifesaver. I'll lend you everything you need. A net, some bird lime, and this rabbit suit. Why the rabbit suit, you ask? Why not a rabbit suit, I say. It's hatching tide, after all. The rabbit suit can be removed at any time by using the special action Remove Costume. In the event that you remove the costume by accident, you may get another by speaking to the hatching tide helpmeet once more. Ugh. It's so pink. What, not gonna don your bunny?
Well, but I couldn't do it as a fisher.
Oh yeah, you have to be a combat job. Keep forgetting about that. Oh, here they come. Chickens! Nice. How many eggs you get?
Just
I got 10.
you actually caught a chicken.
Well, we'll probably be back here. For right now, let's head back and speak with Nanota. Feels so good to be out of that costume. So pink. Oh, it's pink. It's pink. That's pink. It may seem brown to you only because you're looking at it through a shite monitor.
Looking at it through your monitor.
Exactly. That monitor's been shite for years. Come on. I gotta tell you, it feels good to be back in this bohemian gear. I've had this gear for years and never... And I used to wear it as a hero, but I gotta say I look good in it. As an Aura. I wonder if I have any suit black. No, I mean, I wonder if I have any jet black dye. Nope. I gotta get more. Alright. Now that Arya's nice and behind us, let's continue.
Welcome back, friends. I'm pleased to inform you that we've counted our chickens and they've all safely returned to the coop. Truly, you've done us, no, all of Arya a great service this day. And without further ado, I must report back to Jilly and share these good tidings. If you have no other pressing matters, pray join me. I'm quite certain our lead celebrant will want to offer her thanks in person.
Alright, back to Miketo's amphitheater. Is it me, or is the radius of the music a little smaller this time around? The radius of the music.
I don't know.
Like, I had to go into Miketo's amphitheater pretty closely to freaking trigger the music. Usually it's a lot of a wider radius. Anyway, let's talk to Jilly. Nanota and Chris! I hear that, in no small part thanks to you, our most confounding chicken conundrum has been solved. I found your chickens, alright.
Exceptional work, if I do say so myself.
Indeed, you performed a most exceptional service for us here today. Yes, you are truly a paragon among adventurers, an exemplar of... Forgive me. That was just terrible. At any rate, thanks to you, we can at long last begin the festivities in earnest. Let the curtain rise on a hatching tide to remember.
As promised, you will now be rewarded with a stylish rabbit costume of your very own. We'd be most appreciative. That doesn't quite work, does it? If you could don it for the duration of the festivities, to add an extra touch of charm and delight to the celebration. And with that, I had best get back to my post before the chickens run off again.
Don't tell Nanota I said this, Chris. But I am counting on you as much as anyone to make this year's hatching tide a resounding success. Promise that you won't go far, will you? This marks the conclusion of the first quest for this year's hatching tide. For details on when the second quest will be available, please check the lodestone. Well, So, Arya, be a dear, and when will the next part of the Hatching Tide celebration be?
April 5th, starting at 8 a.m. to April 13th at 7:59 a.m. Pacific time.
So, please look forward to the next Hatching Tide event on Sunday, April 5th, when we will hopefully get an achievement out of this. But before we do, we might as well show off our new attire. Before we do so, however, I do want to check my armory chest to make sure that it's not full, because I've been really overdoing it a little bit on the crafting and gathering, so I've got a lot of stuff that... Alright, so, for body gear, we have the rabbit suit. And for headgear, we have the rabbit head. What's up, Doc?
Oh, God.
Somebody had to say it.
No.
Somebody had to say it.
Again, nobody had to say it.
Whatevs. Anyway. You won't catch me wearing it anymore.
But it's dyeable.
Meh. Alright. You can get extra... during the event, you can also get extra rabbit heads and rabbit suits for 5 eggs apiece, as well as the stuffed rabbit minion for 5 eggs, and the Hatching Tide advertisement for 5 eggs. Also, you can get a 10-pack of Magic Prism Hatching Tide fireworks for 1 egg apiece. But we'll see what other awards we will get next time. So, once again, please be sure to tune in at twitch.tv/CrusnikX on April 5th, 2020 to see the second part of the Hatching Tide event. But with that being said, that's going to conclude this episode of Crusnik Sanctuary. Thank you to Arya Stormborn for joining us.
Hey, it even makes my tail disappear.
And thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed the show. As always, if you're watching this on Twitch or live at PlayStation and you like this show, please feel free to hit the follow button. Be sure to turn on notifications so you're well informed, and be sure to subscribe to me for access to exclusive videos and live streams. If you're watching this on YouTube and you like this video, click the like button below and leave a comment. Subscribe to my channel by clicking here. Click here to watch more by me. Click here to watch the next episode, and click here to watch the previous one. Until next time, Crusnik X signing out.